another great edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar. We got a great crowd here. You got great food, great service. The middle of downtown Dormont. It's only a few miles from the Liberty Tunnels. Come on out. If you're out in the South Hills in Bethel Park, it's not that far. I made it here tonight. Beautiful evening here. We got a great crowd. We got great guests. We got a bunch of guests that are coming up here, and you know I'm Al Levine, the talking machine, Smoking Jim Frazier, Chip Hayner, and we always start with what's on our mind.
Good evening, everybody. What's on my mind is what is going on with the Steelers. You know, there's all kinds of turmoil going on in the Steelers, you know, with the team. I mean, players are sniping at each other. We don't know who's staying, who's going. You know, there's a lot of things going on, and it seems like you know that Mike Tomlin has lost control of his team, because I mean,
what are you, his straight man? Are you Smoking Jim straight man tonight?
He's letting the inmates run the asylum, and I think what the Steelers need to do is they need to step up and you know, make some very strong and bold statements with the team and how it's going to be handled moving forward. I think right now that their silence is troublesome. You know, I think some actions need to be taken. I mean, right now there's so many people on the roster. Are they going to be on the roster after the 1st of March or not? What kind of a team are we going to have? What kind of team are we going to be looking for when we go to draft? I know they were looking at outside linebackers in the at the combine this past week. Saw some people that are pretty interesting, but you know, I think that there's a lot of help that needs to be exhibited with the Steelers. But it's pretty weak as far as what's on my mind this week, but I'll have to take a, you know.
Chip, I'll agree with you. That was one of the weakest What's on My Mind by Chip Hayner.
I've had a lot on my mind the last day and a half.
I mean, this guy, well, we won't even talk about it. Watch our show. Go to our Facebook page. You can be a fan, like us, hit that big like button. Chief, I know you did it. Your name just didn't show up. We got our biggest fan, Chief, is here. I've worked with him a long time. Thanks for showing up here, Chief. We appreciate it. But hit the like button, folks. You can be a fan of ours. And then you can see some of our older shows, and you'll see what I'm talking, or hear what I'm talking about. Chip Hayner and I did a show once, just two of us. The only show that Smoking Jim Frazier missed in studio. We talked for an hour, and I don't know who won.
He wasn't there in person, but he was there in spirit.
Oh, always. Always. And so, Chip, I accept that, and you brought up some good points there anyhow. Now we got to go to Smoking Jim Frazier. What's on your mind?
Hey, thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine. I'm always late. I'm always late to the party. I guess it's too late now for me to get a free check from Nate Harper. Listen, can I please get some cheese? Can I please get some cheese to go with all the whining that's going on in the Steeler organization? The Pittsburgh Steelers are mad because somebody said Lamar Woodley is out of shape. Stevie Wonder could see that Lamar Woodley is out of shape, but he's a great football player. Who comes to his defense? Jonathan Dwyer. Jonathan out of shape Dwyer can't go 2 plays without tapping out. Jonathan's fat butt was one pancake short of getting cut in training camp. Hey, listen, the Pittsburgh Steelers got 99 problems, but Lamar Woodley is not one of them. One of the problems is they got a quarterback that don't know the difference between a nightclub bathroom and Motel 6 because both of them leave the lights on. They got a 360-pound Samoan that drives drunk on the south side. They got a running back that smacks his girlfriend, and y'all want to talk about Lamar Woodley. Hey, listen, I got a better chance of going to the bathroom of a South African double amputee and coming out alive than Casey Hampton, Jonathan Dwyer, and Lamar Woodley does of showing up to training camp in shape. But they're great players. Listen, Coach Tomlin, you need to call Chuck Noll, you need to call Bill Cowher and find out how you cut cancer out of your locker room. Hey, call Tom Coughlin. He calls you Mikey, so I know he'll answer your call, but you better do it quick because cancer is eating your team alive.
Thank you, Smoking Jim Frazier. Now, to all of you going to see this on Bethel Park TV,
I stand humble.
you got to come here in person. When you see this on YouTube, it's great, but you got to get down at Sips Sports Bar, downtown Dormont. That's the place to be. Look at what you'll hear. And I'm going to jump on the Steeler bandwagon with something positive. There's this guy that got catfished, and I keep hearing about the story. What's his name, Smoking Jim? You scouted him. You think he's going to be a linebacker here. Well, I got some inside info. He did a 4.8 40, and I didn't stutter. This is a 4.8 40 for the captain of Notre Dame. He could tackle everybody anywhere until the championship game with Alabama. And they still say he might be a number 7, not 7th round, 7 pick. Well, now they're asking him whether he's gay, all these character issues. And I'm starting to agree with Smoking Jim Frazier that he's going to drop in the draft. So maybe we'll get that linebacker that we need, so we don't have to talk about, I forget who you guys were talking about, but we'll talk about that another show. But that's what's on my mind. And before we go to our great guests, I have a couple promotions. One thing we have going on is right here at Sips Bar. Everybody knows the Nardozzi brothers. They're local. They've been around for years. Come out here about 8:30 on Saturday night. That's March 2nd. You'll see a great show. You'll hear a great show. There's great service here. They'll have drinks, food. Enjoy yourself. Thanks, Aaron. And Aaron and Devin, without them, we couldn't even put on this show. So here's the other thing. Smoking Jim and I are going to be in the Bethel Park High School gym with the Steeler football team. They're going to be playing basketball. And no, Lamar Woodley's not on the team. But they will be there. This is for a great cause. You got the Bethel Park Police Pals. They packed the house. Last year, Charlie Batch, not to drop names, scored about 53 points. You talk about basketball player. The guy was 37 last year and did that. So hopefully he'll be there again. Again, that's Friday night, March 8th. You can go to Evie's Hardware Store, Eaton Park on Route 88, the Police Records Room. Smoking Jim knows right where it's at. Don't be afraid to call him. We'll be there. And then there may be a surprise guest host. Chip Hayner is talking about being there. So him and Steph will be in the crowd, we're sure.
Absolutely.
Well,
Absolutely.
Those are my promos.
Can I say one thing before
You could say two things, Smoking Jim.
I am so honored. My best friend just walked in the building, Tracy Washington, one of the all-time great all-around athletes. This was a shutdown corner back in the day, the best defensive basketball guard I ever seen. Fast guy, never seen him lose a race. I'm inviting him out tonight because this is actually the anniversary that we lost one of our good friends years ago. Tracy and my buddy went fishing, and out of nowhere, a bear jumped out, and my buddy says, "Hey, we got to outrun this bear," and Tracy said, "No, I just got to outrun you." So Bigfoot got my buddy, but Tracy is still here. I appreciate you coming. Give him a big hand. I don't know how we got him here. The world light heavyweight champ of the world just got back from Indianapolis. Right hand, 4th round knockout. I tell you what, nobody will fight him. He was a cruiserweight. He had to come down to light heavyweight. I tell you what, this guy put Pittsburgh boxing back on the map. He won his title outdoor at Heinz Field. The first time that happened since Ezra Charles and Jersey Joe Walcott back in the day. I tell you what, nobody's in better shape. This guy's a vegetarian. He trains every day. And I tell you what, he's the best guy in the world. And he got one of the best-selling books that's out there. You got to buy it. I read it. I loved it. Everybody put your hands together for Rayco Ward Saunders.
Rayco, welcome to the show. Nice to see you there. And you saw our last show with Fast Freddie Latham. And I don't know what you paid that young man, but that was a great promo for you, and I won't repeat it. Watch our show. But I heard that was the hardest right hook from Rayco, and that's what we heard there. Then I had a little Facebook message that he went nuclear. So what that means, folks, he doesn't worry about any decisions anymore, because we all know that there's questionable decisions when you leave town, or wait a second, when you're in town. So you might as well take care of business, and this guy takes care of business. Do you want to at least tell us a little bit about that fight, and then we'll go on with some of the other things that you're doing in your life here?
Well, a couple years ago, I was talking to one of my partners a couple years ago about doing some fights, getting in his company. I was working on my company. I started my company first, Rayco War Promotions, LLC. He was working on his company and interested in doing fights in Indianapolis.
Right.
So, fast forward, year and a half, 2 years, I get a call out the blue. And he said, yeah, man, I'm doing a show. I'm doing a show, and I want to put you on, for all the contributions that you've done and you gave me. I want to put you on. So in the process of that, me going up there, sparring him, etc., and talking business.
Sure.
I brought Fred in with me.
Oh, okay.
He a young guy, been in his life, man. I've been knowing him since he was a puppy. Me and his father, we go back early 90s.
Oh, okay.
And so I took Fred and got Fred on the show, and we went up there January 19th. The show got postponed for insurance reasons, but we continued to train and
sure. And that's what you do anyhow.
Absolutely.
Come on now.
So, the more time, the better.
Right.
But, yeah, I fought a guy, Fred fought, I fought. It was a good fight.
Right.
The guy, I've been in this game for 17 years.
Wow.
And I'm still learning.
Right.
And what I've learned is, my fight name is War. That's what I like to do. So from start bell to finishing bell, I'm pressing forward.
Right.
But I've learned, as of late, to back off just a little bit.
Okay.
Which allows these guys to come forward.
So your experience is helping you to bring them into you now.
Yes.
Okay.
So, the first couple rounds, I bounced around a little bit. I never go backwards.
Okay.
We're not going to get that Mr.
That's not your style.
Yeah, we're not going to get that Mr. Strip.
You don't do a rope-a-dope or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't never go backwards. But, I use a little lateral movement this time. A little right, a little left, bounced a little bit. And I can hear from the crowd that I was a little scared or I didn't want to fight.
You heard them chirping a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the guy just got real confident. Okay. He got real confident, and man, he was bringing it. He was pressing the fight, and I guess he really, and you're supposed to, thought in his mind that he gonna take this victory home.
Right.
So the fourth round, I come out, and already established my jab.
Okay.
But I seen a couple times that I touched him, it was affecting him.
Right.
He slowed down just a little bit, and that's all I needed. So I came out, established the jab, and I touched him with one jab, I touched him with a soft right hand, and I fired him up, left, right, boom.
Well, let me tell you this much. I saw a little clip of the fight. Yeah. You sent me something as a little teaser, and we're hoping to get that fight. We'll post it up wherever we can when we get it. But here I'm looking at that, and I see Rayco, the back of Rayco, making his move and stuff. Then all of a sudden, right at the end of the clip, the guy hits the floor like he was shot. Okay? That's the only analogy I could do, and I don't mean any disrespect out of that, but he went down that quick. When you see this smoking, Jim, you'll be amazed, and Chip, it's just something else. But I wanted to hear it from you, since your greatest PR guy, young Fast Freddie, was just great here.
Well, it sounds like, you said that you're still learning in this business.
Yes.
You've been in it for 17 years. Sounds like you were being this teacher, and you taught that young man a lesson.
Absolutely.
Because he got a little bit overconfident, and you made him pay for it.
Yes.
A very valuable lesson.
Absolutely.
Painful one, but.
And that's the nature of this business, as I've seen it over the years, that everybody trains and thinks they're the best.
Yes.
And whether they can do it, who knows? But at least they go in there with confidence. And then you see, like Smoking Jim's taught me, the heart that people have. You might get beat, but if you gave everything that you have,
right,
you may not have the talent to beat, well, I'll just say Rayco, not because he's sitting here, because I've seen him in action. Maybe you can't beat him. And the other point is, this guy is human. He's been beaten.
Yes.
Whether it's fair or not,
yes,
he has lost. But he's no quitter. He keeps in the ring. He'd love to have some fights in his hometown here. So anybody listening to this, let's get a couple fights in Pittsburgh here with the crew here to see that. All right?
Well, I've got a lot of I've got a lot of requests, because as you know, I promoted 4 fights here.
I know.
In the city.
And when they're ready to have you, I know that'll happen when the time's right.
I promote them. But it's just politics. The politics, of the boxing have made me stop promoting here.
Well, sure.
But I've opened the door for a couple other guys, like Lars Soga, Sammy Vasquez, and pretty much showed them that you don't need these so-called big willy promoters that got a game on a lot. You can do it yourself.
So in other words, you can just be your own independent.
You can do it yourself.
And do your whole thing.
You can do it yourself.
Okay.
And I'm a trendsetter, so that's what I thought.
There you go. Again, that's what an innovator does.
Absolutely.
And we're going to get away from the boxing. I know Smoking Jim, if you want to ask him any questions, that's fine, because I want to get into some of the other things. So
just your fans, Rayco, can you let your fans know what's next on the horizon for you?
Well, next on the horizon, I was just talking to my guy up in Indy. I like Indy. I like Indy. The commission is working with us. They like what we bring. And so next on the horizon is the phone call I just got today was May 25th. It was initially supposed to be April 13th, but they have some 45-day rule or something in between. You can't have fights
that close.
That close together or something like I don't know.
Well, if that's the rule and they're friendly to you and you can work, you'll work around that.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm being told. So there's what is that? The Indianapolis 500?
Yes.
The Indianapolis 500 is that weekend. Yeah. So.
Well, you know what? You'll pack the house.
Right. So my guy, that's what he's planning. He's planning. He went to the commission today to try to get May 25th. So.
Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Road trip?
So
you know what? We might have a road trip. Pittsburgh Sportsline might be following you.
Come on up. Me and Fast Freddy will be in the house.
Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, but probably we'll get Justin Baby Boy Johnson. He just had a tremendous victory up New York.
Okay.
We just went. I just came from New York.
Yeah, you were telling me.
I just came from New York yesterday. He went up there, fought an undefeated guy.
And he won.
With that Rayco Ward coaching and et cetera. Yeah,
strategizing.
Yeah, put the boy on the canvas. Matter of fact, his fight wasn't, but the show was live Saturday on NBC Sports.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. So that's the card we fought on, NBC Sports card. Yeah, he put the boy on the canvas 2 times, man, and got the victory.
Excellent.
So the chances are that he'll be on the show with us.
Sounds great.
So May 25th.
We'll have to mark that on our calendars, and for all the Rayco fans,
Sports World can come on up.
Definitely. And then the other thing is you do a lot of other type of entertainment in this area.
Yep.
Just touch a little bit on, I saw this Harlem Nights. I'm sorry I didn't make it. I gave you every excuse in the book. I still didn't make it.
Well, yeah, man, Harlem Nights, what I'm trying to bring back is some classy, some sophisticated partying, for the sexy, for the sophisticated, for the classy people.
In other words, no jeans and tennis shoes.
Yeah, we're not doing none of that.
No baseball hats.
No, you can wear jeans. For me, say like if I put jeans on, I got a sports coat on, you
dress it up.
Yeah, you can fedora with it, your shoes, the gator, the ostrich, you can do it good. So, we had a few guys in there with jeans on, but, it was very classy.
Okay.
So, and that was just this Friday. So we're doing the Harlem Nights every every last Friday of the month.
Okay.
Out the Three Lakes Golf Course and probably various other venues.
Right.
You know, we're not sure right now, but yeah, man, it was real good, man.
Good. I saw a couple pictures of I think you and some beautiful woman with you. So
yes.
you might have Smoking Jim not making any excuses anymore. Okay.
Yeah, man.
What else do you got on your plate here? Anything else you want to bring up before you go? We've talked a little bit, so.
I actually last time I was on the show, I was talking about my book becoming a movie.
Right.
I was saying that it was in Hollywood.
And I got to interrupt you. I did read the book from cover to cover.
Yes.
I didn't miss a word, and I'm not talking for anybody else. And I recommend you buy it. Amazon, go to Rayco Ward's site. He got websites, everything else.
Absolutely.
You can buy it. The book is well worth it. I enjoyed it, and I read books every week. Chip Hayner reads books all the time. Smoking Jim, he's helped people write more books than he's read.
It's available on hardcover, softcover, ebook.
Trying to.
Yeah, it's there.
Exactly.
But the last time I was here, I was talking about I signed one of my contracts to, you know, make the book a movie.
Okay.
It's in Hollywood. Right now, the documentary is in the process of happening.
Good.
Yeah, and then.
So they're working on that right now.
Yeah.
And that may come out before the movie, of course.
Yeah, the documentary will come out.
Okay, just check it.
The documentary will come out, and the documentary will be out this year. I don't know when,
right.
but it will be out this year.
Well, congratulations. That's something good there.
Yeah, absolutely. So the documentary will be out this year, and then hopefully, you know, the filming of the movie starts this year.
Right. That'd be great. Good luck on all of that. Rayco, I appreciate it. I know you got to take care of some family matters.
Just got to grip my little man.
All right. Will you take care of him?
Bless the curses. My first 35 years.
and we're going to go to another guest. We're going to let Rayco hit the road here.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you, Ward.
Take care.
Absolutely.
Great. Thanks.
Yep.
Best of luck.
Be safe out there now. Take care of that little man. All right, our next guest, we're going to bring up Heather Tate. Woo!
Oh,
She's a friend of the show. She's been on here a couple times. She's even been in studio with us in Bethel Park. So here's Heather Tate.
My baby.
Welcome back, Heather.
Welcome to the show here, Heather.
Thank you.
And Chip will send a handshake to you. Whoa.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Thank you.
So what's going on in the sporting world first? Have you been with Smoking Jim in a fight yet?
Not yet. It's starting.
Coming
so not
attraction.
Yet.
Okay.
Not yet. It's coming up.
All right, we had to check with
Can't
you there. Well, he's a good guy to learn off of, and like I keep saying, I'm a straight man here, but he does have some of the most beautiful women ringside. Every time he's boxing, or he tells me he's announcing boxing, so we'll see what happens this weekend. So what else is going on? I know you're a businesswoman.
I do a lot.
Well,
There's a lot going on.
tell us a couple
Where
things.
do I begin?
Well, start at A.
Oh gosh, A. A would be.
Or how about number one?
Let's just say I have a full-time job,
Okay.
but I do a lot of other things on the side, and that's my focus. I want to just be
Well,
able
don't
to
you help a lot of people in their homes and other things? Don't you?
cleaning. Oh gosh, what else? Personal assistant is my main focus. So personal assistant, but I clean. I
heard you even go to the store for people too.
I go to the store for people. I chauffeur them around. I help with their finances. What don't I do?
Okay, well there you go. Do you have a phone number or website? Or?
Phone number 412-583-4038. Website tate.heather, the number 5 @gmail.com.
Okay.
And I always tell people pretty soon, me and Miss Heather will be doing the Golden Gloves tournament. Excellent knowledge on fighters. She loves the kids in boxing. And I always say, anything a man can do, a woman can do better. And Miss Heather is living proof of that.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What
is Shane Washington. Now, this young man I heard is an artist, a great athlete, and everything else. Shane, Al Levine, the talking machine, welcome. Have a seat.
Hey, what's up, Shane?
Not much.
And Chip Hayner down there.
Nice to meet you, Chip.
Nice to meet you. It's a pleasure.
We're just a friendly bunch of guys here. We're all about promoting people here, and thanks for coming out here to the show. Really appreciate it. And I already see something here that I like.
What's that?
Bruce Lee?
This is Bruce Lee.
Yeah, legendary.
Come on now. Well, we'll let Shane talk a little bit in a minute, but I want to at least show his work.
That second one, my wife will love that second one.
And I don't know, Chip, if you want to show Stephanie down there.
No. She wants to see her. She'll step
Yeah,
in
Marilyn
there.
Monroe.
We're not gonna. I'm not gonna show them all. I'll let Shane work a little bit. Come on now. First of all, why don't you tell everybody how old you are?
I'm 18. Is this working?
Yeah.
I'm 18. Okay.
Yeah, it works. You can just sit back. It's real. We're real easy here to talk to. You just talk like you're talking to your dad there. There's no problem there. Only we might not yell at you. Okay, at least I guarantee it.
And the awesome thing about Shane, number one, his dad, other than my father, there's not been somebody that's been a male that's been more influential in my life than his dad. Great mentor, and I tell you what, a great all-around person. But what makes Shane so special is not only is he a great athlete, he might win the 100-meter dash at States, but he found out that he is so gifted with artwork that he's going to pursue that instead of college, and that's awesome.
Wow, there you go, a great athlete who's not going to be an athlete anymore. You'll still work out, won't you?
I'll still work out, yeah.
Sure, that's probably in your life. You're from a sports family.
Exactly.
You look in pretty good shape.
Thank you.
How fast do you run?
10-9.
10-9.
That's fine.
That's great.
Thank you.
That is super. And we're gonna we're gonna look at these. He
wants to see Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, okay. Well, we got to let the fans here see Marilyn Monroe. Now, here's the talent this young man has.
That is amazing. That is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
You've got a talent. My mother was very artistically inclined. She didn't pass any of those genes on to me. I can't draw stick figures.
Hey, could she talk at all? Could your mother talk at all? Because she passed something on there.
And before we talk about the art, Shane, just let all your fans out there just know some of the relatives that's in your family. Look at this who's who.
Well, some of my relatives are my Uncle Greg. He played football for Northwestern. He was really good. And my Uncle Daryl, he played for the LA Rams for a little bit. My Uncle Chuck, he played ball. He didn't play in the pros because he decided not to go, but he played for Temple. And they were all great athletes. They were all the best in Alicopa and everything and all that. So.
And you got to talk about the best Terry and Harvey Smith, Gateway, that's outstanding right there. So
Yeah.
you got great bloodlines.
He seems like he has great character, too. And you have talent. We know that.
Thank you.
And tell us what school you go to.
High school?
Yes.
Yeah, I go to Montour.
Montour High School. So you're going to be a champ there in the 100 at Montour. One of my best friends, Bill Russo, his dad was Tony Russo. He used to coach and teach at school. He was a legend at Montour.
Yeah, I heard
Well, that's the type of guy that I know. My dad used to referee basketball for me. He did basketball and football as a coach. And my dad was a referee. They were best friends, but every once in a while they disagree on some of the calls on the court. So that's how it is. And you know how competitive it is just in your family and others. And Montour is a heck of a school district
Very
up there.
competitive.
So good luck to you there.
Thank you.
And you're graduating there this year?
Yes, sir.
And where are you going to go to school?
I'm looking at Cal U and Art Institute too. So
You know what?
right
Are
now.
you the setup man for Smoking Jim right here? This is getting ridiculous here. You're too nice of a guy. I can't believe he paid you $5. He does that to all these guests to say they went to Cal U or they're going. It must be a good school. Look at Smoking Jim. Golden Quill Award winner.
I was a general studies major at Cal.
Well, you know what? I can't wait to see some of your art here. You want want to show this? And how did you learn, or when did you start doing this?
Unfortunately, I shouldn't have took I took like a 10-year layoff. Because before I was just drawing cars.
Okay.
But now I came back just this past year. I started taking art for the first time.
Okay, so you took a formal education with art, where you just did it naturally.
Just did it naturally.
Okay.
And Al, I know you got some connections in the art world. You got to pass his name along.
We will. We've had a guest on the show, Michelle Barabbas. We can hook you up with her. We have another great artist, Tempe Moore. Go to our Pittsburgh Sportsline site at Facebook. You can see some of the talent. She does portraits. And matter of fact, hold on a second. I think I have
A couple of portraits.
This is some of the talent. These almost look like photographs.
They really are.
And you've seen this before, Aaron. That's Tempe Moore. You got to go to Art for Yins. That's her site, Art for Yins. We don't mind promoting people, but you know what? A couple people like Michelle Barabbas, I will mention your name. You have to give me your phone number and everything so we can do that. And she can definitely help. She helps a lot of young people in the area.
And if somebody wants to get you to sketch a portrait of them or buy some of your sketches, can they hit you up on Facebook?
Sure can.
Okay. Shane Washington.
All right, Shane Washington on Facebook. We're going to be friends after this. You can friend Alan Levine on Facebook, then like Pittsburgh Sportsline. Hit that big button. Some of the people my age don't know about that big button for like. That number goes up, and we're up to 90 right now, Smoking Jim. 90 likes. I'm trying to get to 100. 91 we're at. I just got the latest update from Devin. Do I hear 92? No. Let's go to this young man's art. I'm going to let you hold it up, and they'll get a close-up of you doing that. I'd like to promote you with that, because the talent, I'll help. I'll be your humble assistant.
All right, this is a charcoal sketch of Bruce Lee.
Okay.
This is a painting.
Famous
Marilyn Monroe. Painting slash charcoal sketch.
I want to keep it
and graphite.
I'll tell you what, you can put this.
Now let's see these cars. This is what you grew up doing.
Right, exactly.
You know what? I'm just going to hold
started
it for it. Does that help a little, Aaron? All right.
Look, and he's just like his dad. He got a picture of himself. I tell you.
That didn't cost a dime.
That's like his daddy.
You didn't get any. Can't pay yourself for that. And then who's this?
Rihanna.
Rihanna? Look at that.
Yes, sir.
Looks like a red carpet.
Well, he got Beyonce.
Not at the Super Bowl, though. That wasn't from the Super Bowl.
She can lip sing for me anytime.
Is that Bob Marley?
And this is a picture of Bob
Marley.
That was my very first portrait.
Of this past year or so.
Al, let me see that.
This is what brought him back, Bob Marley.
No, he said that was one of his first.
Yeah.
That's what makes it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's your first work?
Very first one.
Wow. It looks like your best.
I'm
I know it is. I feel like it's my best.
It looks the best to me, and I'm not an art critic.
I agree with you.
Okay.
Michael Jackson? Wow.
There, I don't know if you can get this one. Thank you. We got great camera work from Aaron Ward here.
Pen drawing. Lauren London.
Wow.
Play on the ATL.
Wow.
All right, what else? How many do you have here? Your whole portfolio.
I have more, but I couldn't bring them all.
I was going to say, it looks like your whole portfolio.
It sure is. This is a friend that I did. I went to my old school, Jim Eckler.
Okay.
Portrait I did for her. Quick sketch.
There you go. What do we have here? More Marley.
Color pencil.
In color, Smoking Jim.
That's awesome.
In living color.
That's awesome, man.
Thank you. What else do you have?
This is
Tupac.
Tupac.
Wow. You got some talent there. Look at this.
And then got the Audi.
Nice. He's stuck with these cars.
We got to get a sketch of Miss Heather.
Whoa. Maybe after the show here.
And then the legendary Prince.
Not Prince. Formerly known as Prince.
Oh yeah, he's
Formerly known as Prince. I'll help you out, Shane. We all remember that. Hey, thank you very much. Good luck to you. I hope to see a champion.
I hope so.
In the 100. All right?
All right.
Bring home that trophy.
I will.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming
Thanks
out,
again,
Shane.
Shane, for letting me be on here. All right, take care. Nikki White.
All right, Nikki.
Nikki, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
I heard you're friends with Smoking Jim. Any truth to that?
Yes.
Okay.
We're in the Facebook sports group together, talking sports with that guy, and it gets very interesting in there.
I've seen that. I want to start another page with Pittsburgh Sportsline group that it won't be as rough as that.
Oh, okay.
Okay? You know, because I'm a little softer guy than some of that, but I'm in that group too.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we're
So
passionate.
I see. Well, I'm all about passion too. Matter of fact, the Pittsburgh Passion football team will be playing soon too. So don't forget them. And I heard you're into sports and everything else here.
Yes, I'm a sports fan, great sports fan. Love the Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't watch too much baseball, but I'm good on some local Pittsburgh sports.
Talk to me for a little while. I'll get that baseball bug to bite you.
He's our baseball guy.
I'm the biggest Pirates fan in the house.
Okay.
I'm still that disgruntled baseball fan, and I won't talk about them losing today to the Twins.
They're 2-1.
I understand
Well
that.
above 500.
I understand that still, but this is preseason. But I'd rather talk football with you. What do you think about all this controversy?
Oh, I definitely think there's some division in the locker room.
Well, do you think it's because when you're 12-4, you ignore a lot of that? You don't care if these guys are not in shape, you're winning. Now you're 8-8, and somebody's not in shape, it means something.
Definitely it means something, but I also think there's maybe a little bit of jealousy going on. It's contract time.
Okay.
You know, there's some...
And cap time. The cap are over the cap.
Right, yeah, we're over the cap, so we know some people are leaving.
You are an expert on here. I'm trying to throw things out. You're serving them right back at me.
So, you know, there's going to be some conversation, and people are looking at some people under a critical eye.
Well, who do you think's going?
Oh,
You're live. There's one of your biggest fans. She said to be honest here.
I don't know.
This is going out on TV.
I know.
And it'll be on YouTube.
I'm not good with predictions. I thought Perry would win and Westinghouse won.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, I'll take you're not on the spot anymore. We'll go to another subject then if that's too controversial.
Oh, no, it's not too controversial. There's going to be somebody leaving.
All right, I'll name names. Mike Wallace.
Oh, he's gone.
Richard.
He's compromised. Yeah, I'm going to say he's gone too.
All right, now since I got you warmed up on who's gone, who's staying? Foot's staying.
No, he's too old.
They may give him a contract.
For what, another year? No, we don't need
because of his leadership abilities.
Well, they got to get new leaders in there. We got to bring...
8-8's not good enough?
No, 8-8's not
I agree
good
with
enough.
you.
That's not getting us there.
That's what
to the bowl.
Who else? Anybody else that you think?
Oh, you named it too.
Byron Leftwich, you think he'll be back or gone?
Riddle.
Oh, well, when we're talking quarterbacks, let's get rid of Ben. Yeah, I said it. Let's get rid of Ben. I'm not a Ben fan. I'm not.
Like I always tell people that a lot of sports heroes aren't heroes in life. Just look at your family, your friends, other people that are role models and heroes. Just because they can throw a football 100 yards and through a tire, that doesn't make them a great person. So, I mean, that's part of what I believe. But you know what? I like sports. This is entertainment. I can't help it about the character of people and how they are. They're on our team. I drink the Steeler Kool-Aid. I believe they'll go 10-6.
Yeah, let's hope.
I'm a little worried. I tell you what, I'm a little worried for my job right now. She can take one of our spots easy.
No, Smoking Jim. She could be a guest anytime.
Thank you for inviting me.
No, we appreciate your insights.
But she got to talk about her business.
Oh, that's right. You're the guy
I'm a traveling man. Me and Miss Heather travels all over. So please let us know about your business and how we can support it.
Okay. I have the Nick of Time Travel Agency, which is a full-time agency that specializes in all-inclusive vacations and groups. We do cruises, and our destination city is Las Vegas. Although we concentrate on those 4 things, we do encompass the whole travel agent realm. So if you just want to go to London or to the next Steeler game, I have a package for that.
You can get us to Pittsburgh. Nice. I'm teasing.
But
what's the name again of this company?
Nick of Time Travel Agency.
And do you have a phone number?
Yes, 412-926-5991. I also have a website, which is inthennickoftimetravel.com. You can find me on Facebook at Nick of Time Travel, and you can find me on Twitter.
And I'm hard of hearing. What's that phone number again?
412-926-5991.
Sounds great.
And where's your business located?
My business is home-based. Okay. I do have a full-time job, but that doesn't stop me from booking travel at all.
There you go. I think you covered all bases here. Call
Go
Nicky.
Steelers!
Go Steelers!
In the nick
Thanks
of
again.
time.
In the nick of time, he said that. You're off of here.
What you talking about? What you talking about?
Now, I met this gentleman at a boxing match in Elizabeth, and here's what I got to show you, folks. Whoa, you're in front of the camera. This guy has his renter contracting. Now, he does remodeling. He does, I don't know.
Everything. We do everything.
He told me everything, and I started looking at what he does. It's everything. And then guess what else he does? He gives guys on the show free T-shirts.
Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. Now,
Sportsline.
I'd put it on, but I got my microphone on.
Black and white is my favorite color.
Me too. I'm as simple as black and white here.
Hey, that's good. That's
no
good.
problem.
Hey, after that last
That's
guest,
why we stick together on this.
That's a tough act to follow after that last guest.
Well, that's why we brought you on board as the cleanup hitter. It's baseball season.
Gotta save the best for last.
You're a sports guy.
Gotta save the best for last.
So why don't you tell us, well, I met you doing security. Why don't you go for there with the Rod Sulka fight, since that's how I met you?
Oh, the champ, Rod Sulka,
The
Team
champ.
Sulka, Elizabeth, PA. Well, we just, for years, we just been associated with, all the boxers locally, including Rayco Sanders, who was here earlier.
Right.
My buddies, the Lubash brothers, used to fight early on, with Rayco and them. Yeah, Jimmy and Jesse, Team Lubash.
Are we allowed to show that?
Yeah, we show that, Team Lubash. And basically, that's pretty much how the business got promoted, runner contracting, just through local pro boxing, just supporting,
And that's what we're talking about. And you're one of the greatest young businessmen I ever met.
Oh, wow.
And I've met a lot of people. This guy covers everything. As soon as I say something, he goes, we do that. And then on Facebook, I put something up because once in a while people know I'm trying to promote Pittsburgh Sportsline. Hit the likes button. This guy, all of a sudden, he likes whatever I'm doing, and I thought he's sleeping because he's working about 18 hours a day. Wow. When do you sleep? Because me and Smoking Jim don't sleep that well.
Probably about 4 hours a night. That's about it, 4 hours a night. Wow. We're fighting a different fight out here. We're not boxing anybody, but, we're providing security. We're involved in the promotion. I mean, we're pretty much involved in the training. I mean, we got elite gloves. We can train you. If you want to fight, you get a hold of me and we'll get you out there. We have everything, So anything you need.
And where do we go to contact you? How do we get a hold of you?
You got a Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I mean, you can definitely get a hold of Brunner Contracting on Facebook. If you're hitting like on that, hit like on me. That's just the way it has to be.
That's what I'm talking about. What a promoter here. He covers it all.
But we didn't just come to talk about Brunner Contracting. We did come to talk about sports. This is Pittsburgh Sportsline.
Yes, it is.
You guys didn't really talk anything about Pitt basketball. We got the tournament coming up, the big tournament, aside from the Big East tournament.
I got to interrupt you 1 second. I predicted NCAA for Pitt. I don't care what they say about the basketball team. They're going to be in the tournament.
I want them to defend the CBI title.
No. They're not paying to get in the tournament, okay?
Speak to Pitt basketball. Trey Woodall had the game of his career yesterday up at St. John's. But, the thing with Pitt's having some problems with is they went on a little bit of a run, and you're getting get my hopes up that they're going to maybe make a mark in a tournament. You know, the last 3 games they've played, they're 1-2, but they've lost the rebounding battle in each of those 3 games, which is, you know,
my problem with Jamie Dixon is he has like a 10-man rotation right now. You know, when you're rotating 10 guys in and out of the game, it's hard to get some cohesion together with these guys. You know, let 5 or 6 guys just play. You know, leave Taylor out there, and you know, and let these guys do it. You know, quit trying to swap everybody in and out constantly. You know.
Right. No, you know, I guess he's trying to find the right mix, and I guess really nobody's really stepped to the forefront. I mean, Woodall came up and played a big game yesterday, and I think having him, you know, as a point guard, it's a different basketball team than when he's not there. But you know, one of the problems that I thought kind of identified with them earlier in the year, and you know, this is something that's historically true of Jamie Dixon's teams. They're bad at the foul line, you know, and in the tournament, that's where you win and lose games in the last 2 or 3 minutes, and if you can't sink those free throws, that could be a problem for them.
Well, that thing I've noticed about Pitt too is they just haven't gotten any of those guys, those niche guys, those guys that could just go out there, the youngs, you know, those guys that could just go out there and just make something happen. They don't really, you know, it's all they got to run ball screens, they got to run offense. Whereas some college teams, they have one guy and he can create the whole game. Anytime that you need him, he'll go down the field, you know, and he'll go down the court and he'll make something happen for you. He can create a shot out of nothing. So we don't have that guy.
Yeah, you guys what do you think about the big man in the center, Adams? You know, everybody has talked about the lack of playing time that he's had in basketball just in general, but he's improved so much from the beginning of the year to now. But I still think, you know, he's got a long way to go. I mean, he's somebody that could be dominant. You know,
he does have a long way to go, but like I said, I mean, it's time for Taylor to step up. You know, Mr. McDonald's, how many years ago?
It didn't work out that well. I mean, he's near the end of his career. He's playing a little better right now. But here's what I think you guys missed. The defense. 52.3 points is all they're allowing per game. So if they could get any offense, if you got a big horse in the middle like Steve Adams, feed him the ball. And Pitt's always known for rebounds, and Chip already brought up how they're not rebounding. Imagine if you got that big guy in the middle just tossing the ball up there, and then feed off of him. So what if he gets 3 or 4? What was that guy's name? Gray used to throw a ball up Smoking Jim 4 times off the basket. He had 10. He had triple doubles, and they were half of all his missed shots.
He couldn't
what do you think?
He couldn't throw down to save his life, though.
Right.
He could not throw down to save his life.
But on the 5th try, he did all right.
You trying to say white man can't jump?
He didn't jump.
Some white men can jump. Not all white men can jump. You know, but.
Well, do you think they're going to be in the tournament then, or?
I think they're on the bubble right now. We'll see how they do in the Big East tournament. I mean, if they get bounced out in the 1st or 2nd game of the tournament, then I think they could, you know, if a team gets hard in another conference, they could definitely find themselves on the out, you know, real easy, because they don't have a real strong schedule, and they haven't really beaten that many good teams. It seems like they let you down like the football team. Every time they play, you know, a good team, it's so hard. Consistency with Pitt football and basketball is just really, you know, lacking right now.
Well, I know you can handle this since you talked about Pitt football. You heard who they're going to play in their first game, didn't you?
Florida State.
Florida State. And the ACC opener.
That'll be the opener, national TV for Pitt.
Hey,
no wonder they went to the ACC.
Who's the quarterback to start the season is coming up? Who's the quarterback? That's the real question.
And they don't have the answer to that.
I don't know who they recruited.
They're going to go through spring practice before they determine who's going to be the starter.
Yeah.
You know, they say so far that, and I forget who the gentleman's name was. I mentioned on the radio today that he's looking real good, but they haven't even gone to spring practice yet. So we don't know what, you know, who the quarterbacks are, what kind of offense is he going to be running. You know?
And as far as the Steelers go going into the draft, I mean, I really think like you have to look at that running back from Alabama, Lacey. You have to like pray that somehow, some way he falls to 17 or gets close enough where they could, you know, move up a couple spots and get him. You know, like we need a running back. That's what our whole city is built on. You know, we run the ball, we control the clock, we hold on to the ball, our defense keeps you in check, and that's how we won, you know, 6 championships in this city. You know, and we started to pass the ball because the league has opened up and you do have to throw the ball. But you've seen with Wallace, I mean, if you only have one guy that can just run straight down the field, you can cover that. You can take that away, and then what do you have? You know, you saw what Antonio.
You got Heath.
Well, he's hurt, so we don't know what kind. We don't know what's going to happen to Heath coming back.
I understand we absolutely need a solid kind of every down running back. But what they're talking about is the Steelers team of the last 20 or 30 years has always had somebody that's going to blow up the pocket. They need an impact player on the outside, bringing the heat, because that's what predicates the defense. We haven't been able to get the turnover.
I don't see that in the draft, though. I don't really see anybody that they could the impact. This is probably one of the weaker draft classes in the last 5 or 6 years. There just isn't a lot of depth and a lot of explosive players. And that Teo, his stock is just plummeting down the board.
That's what Smoking Jim wants to hear. He wants number 17.
You want us to take Teo for that linebacker core? Did you see what in the Alabama game? I think he was exposed.
That's what we talked about.
In the Alabama game,
he got run over.
Here's what happened.
His technique was exposed.
He got catfished. He was tackling that girl. That's what happened. He kept tackling the girl. He missed the running back.
I guess that's what happened, but I really think he got.
Here's the scout. He's predicting
more so than all the stuff with his girlfriend on that national title game. He really got put on a pedestal and really got exposed for he can't really cover. He has a little bit of speed, marginal speed. I think he ran a 4.840 in the combine earlier today.
Right.
So he has marginal speed, but I think we need something better than that. We need a running back. We need something that can come in and really help us right now, because we're still in the contention right now.
With the offensive line we have, can a running back really help us?
The offensive line we have is one of the better offensive lines we have in the last couple seasons now. Going in. Yeah, now we're
drinking all the Kool-Aid.
We're finally gonna have 5 guys together that are somewhat, been together for a while now, and now that we got our first round pick back from, injury last season,
right?
It's time.
So you think once we get past these injuries?
Yeah, and Tomlin will straighten out these things in the locker room. I can guarantee you these things will get sorted out one way or the other. Somebody's coming, somebody's going, somebody will step up. That's just, that's the way, that's what he does.
That they have right now is that nobody is stepping up to be that leader. Everybody wants to talk, like you hear Ryan Clark talking about we need leadership. The leader doesn't need to tell everybody he's a leader. Everybody sees that he's a leader, and that's what we're not seeing, because talking it doesn't get it done.
Well, we are in the off season too. Once we get closer to training camp and boys put the pads on and start hitting, like somebody will emerge as we go into the preseason. We don't stay down.
I love your optimism, because I'm with you. What's your prediction on record? What's your prediction on the record? I went out 10-6. I'm out on a limb right now.
I would say 10-6 would be a much more of a bounce back from 8-8, and the Ravens are going to get stronger. Cincinnati's still in there, and Cleveland is coming along slowly but surely. If they're ever going to contend, they're going to have to. The NFC North is still going to come. The AFC North is still going to come through Pittsburgh one way or the other.
I like what you're saying.
So,
you're welcome back to the show anytime.
Hey, I appreciate it.
We're going to have to cut you short today.
Hey, that's fine.
Okay, but we're going to have you back.
Alan, you know what? The speaker's point,
you can stay with us. We'll keep talking here.
Hey, that's fine with me.
You stay on the show. We'll just
I'll stick around.
All right?
No problem.
Don't go. Down to the last 4 minutes here. Chip, he's brought up great points.
No, yeah, he did. But the AFC North, I don't see the Ravens getting stronger. I actually see success causing dissension among the Ravens, because now everybody's going to want to be paid. And there's going to be sniping at one another, and we're going to see how they handle success. The Steelers have handled it well over the years because they've stayed consistently near the top. I'm looking for an implosion on that team this year.
Whoa. Plus, you get that little Super Bowl hangover, which we know how everybody suffers that.
Without Ray bringing the Jesus to him,
I know that.
Did you see my friend Ray was waving the starting flag at the Daytona 500 yesterday?
Now you're segueing into the race. Jimmy Johnson.
My guy finished number 2 yesterday.
Dale
Earnhardt Jr.
Yeah, and then Danica was 3rd, and she forgot to hit the gas.
She got shuffled back.
She forgot to be aggressive.
She showed her
She still finished. She still had a impressive 8th place finish.
That was the highest finish. That's the first time a woman's ever been on the pole, and we got some things like that. And we're winding down.
First time a woman's been on the pole?
At Daytona.
Oh, okay.
Daytona, Smoking Jim. This is a family show. Well, maybe not a total family show. We're also at Sip Sports Bar here, and you got to see the Nardozzi brothers Saturday night. Okay, don't forget about that. We still got a couple minutes left to talk sports. Smoking Jim, you've been a quiet man except on interviewing. Anything on your mind, or how about closing remarks? We already know what's on your mind.
Well, closing
Heather?
You guys talked a great game about Pitt. I really believe that Pitt is one of 3 defending national champions, Stanford in the NIT, Pitt in the CBI. I would like to see Pitt defend their title.
Smoking, Jim, I got to disagree. You sound sarcastic. That's not like you because you're an honest man. Chip, what kind of closing remarks do you have? We didn't talk Buccos?
Oh, yeah, well, the Pirates started to see a grapefruit league. 2-1. They started out with 2 wins. They lost to the Twins today, 5-4. They're getting some work done. They're working on some of the things they were deficient in. They're working on their base stealing. Pitchers are working on their move to first base.
What about the catchers?
Well, the catchers are,
catching the ball and throwing guys out.
They're working on it. But really, the problems they had giving up stolen bases last year was as much a product of the pitchers as it was the catchers. The catchers weren't completely at fault, but I mean they're working on the things they were deficient in. Jay Bell's been working with Pedro,
right?
The new hitting coach.
Hold it 1 second. Here's a breaking news. Tabata hit a home run today, and they said he looked in decent shape. So to me, that might be a breakthrough, Chip. If Tabata can play like he did 3 years ago.
Well, is Tabata in better shape than Lamar Woodley right now?
I heard yes. The hammy's okay. He'll run out to first base, and he'll also run to catch a fly ball this year. I heard. Rumor has it.
That's good. We're going to need it.
And Alan, we got to pay some homage to our Pittsburgh Penguins.
Yeah.
They're on another roll. They lost a tough game to the Flyers last week, and it seems like the Flyers have gotten into the Penguins' head. The Penguins play the sloppy kind of cheap shot and game that the Flyers play, and they get suckered into it and they lose.
Yeah, they can't get suckered into it. They have too much talent to play that kind of game.
The other thing, one of the guys that does get upset, Malkin's hurt right now. He's going to be on the injured reserve for 3 games.
Ball on Friday night.
Yes, he did. And we're going to have to wrap this up. I want to do one more promo. You can get this. One of our guests said that they need help promoting unicycles. This is in July, I think, so you'll hear this. Trina Hess was on the show. She's a comedian. We'll have her back to tell some funny stories because we got a couple the last time. And folks, thanks for watching our show. Thanks to Sips Sports Bar. Great food, great drinks, great service. Tracy behind the bar, fantastic. Aaron, thanks. Devin, thank you. And all the fans out here, we appreciate you. Like us on Pittsburgh Sportsline Facebook. Don't forget Brenner.